I watched the words being twisted. I watched, unfortunately, preachers do some really bad things.
That's right.
Tell him. So he was so proud. He would go out, and in the very beginning, remember, he brought his Bible out. And I was there. Guys, I was there when they did the interviews. I was there. And when they go, oh, he doesn't believe in redemption and stuff. That is so not true. They twisted that whole thing. What he was basically saying was, I wouldn't take, he doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. And I mean, he was saying, I wouldn't take communion without asking forgiveness. I know that this is a holy sacrament of God. But every single time he said it. So finally, I will say this. I went to him and I said, listen, you've got to make a decision. You're either going to be public with your faith or you're going to be private with it. I said, and if you're going to be public because you are no longer the businessman, you are no longer, this is again, the man, you are now in a completely different world. And I said, I don't understand this world of politics, but I know this is a whole different level. And all I knew is the spirit realm. I said, the spirit realm, and naturally. And I said, because everything you say and everything you do, they're taking it and they're twisting it. And I personally watched. When he came out with 2 Corinthians, let me say, he didn't say that. Well, he said it. But let me give you the real story. We flew up on the plane with him, with Jared, with Ivanka, everyone. So we're with our dear friends, and Jerry and Becky, amazing people, become great friends. And I go, like I always do, and I was praying over the president. Well, just before he gets ready to go on, before that, there's about, I think, well, I'll stand here until he goes up. John has gone to sit with the family, with Jerry, Becky, Jared, Ivanka, etc. So I pray over him, and this was when Corey was the manager, and so Corey's there with them, and I walk and I go sit with the family. Well, I knew that there was this preacher the next day or so that was coming out for Senator Cruz, but he had been playing Trump's side. And he'd been courting Trump. Well, I'm not going to go to the president or because I believe bring the solution, then tell a person the problem. That I'm there to be a solver, not a problem. I'm not like, oh, this and this about every person. They're dealing with major stuff. So right before he gets ready to walk up, a preacher tells him, say this, 2 Corinthians, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. So he says exactly what the preacher tells him to say. I'm sorry, say 2 Corinthians, not 2nd. He say 2 Corinthians. So the media goes crazy. Oh, he doesn't know the Bible. The kids laugh. But I'm just going to be honest.
Yes, tell the truth.
Because the reality is everybody wants to justify and say, well, they use that in Europe, which is true. So he gets off the stage. And Corey says, it's 2 Corinthians. He looks at me. I said, it's 2 Corinthians. He goes, well, that's not what he said to me. And he points to him. And I went, because I knew the truth. But I didn't want him to know that this person, okay, guys, let's be real. Don't act like everybody in the body of Christ isn't ever used, because good people can be used by bad spirits.
It was a setup, people.
It was a setup.
And every demon in hell is after Donald Trump, our president.